has bold Wildwood stream here in Orange Room. Welcome. Come on, come all. Yesterday, the Facebook was down. It was so down. It's been down, but not like that before. Or maybe it's been down like that before. I don't know. I don't know what of it. I'm going to share this quickly with some music friends in some places and places. In some places and places. That's double the places for your hard-earned Facebook dollar. What? And of course, love out to our YouTube people. Everyone from YouTube was here yesterday. Our YouTube people, we're all here. Hey, YouTube people. Song called YouTube People. And yes, folks, doggone it. You know what I got today, music friends? Music friends, where the fun ever ends. I've got one of these doggone Fender USA 75th anniversary commemorative Stratocaster. Now look at this doggone thing. First, couple things. Ash body. I love ash-bodied guitars. I do. I like those Carina body guitars, but I'm a long-standing fan of the ash. That sounds weird, but you know it's not. And this particular guitar has gold hardware. I like gold hardware. I'm sorry. Call me ostentatious. Call me prone to pageantry. I think everything else in my existence kind of dispels maybe that reasoning or name calling. But the pearloid and the gold just adds a little bit of bling. Good, honest working man bling. I got some working man bling. On my 75th anniversary commemorative Stratocaster. Ooh, I got to refuse that call, although I'm very excited about that call once we're done. Okay? Once we're done here with Music Friendship online. Fat 50s pickups on this bad boy. It sounds throaty and robust. You know how I feel about the throats and the robusts all coming together. Diggity dog it. And look at the, oh, and I forgot on the back here. First of all, let's do a little close-up on this. Look at that. They call that bourbon burst. I call that sexual healing. That sounded weird. I'm going to call it very, very friendly indeed. That's a little bit more wholesome way of saying it. But look at that two-color burst. Two-color bourbon burst. You got your bourbon. Are they talking about the whiskey or are they talking about the royal family of France? I think they're talking about the former and not the latter. But check it out, folks. You got that 75th anniversary commemorative gold neck plate, right? And doggone it. The pearloid locking tuners, they're gold on the backside. Look at that. There's also a little medallion over here that says 75. Oh, I like it. I like that squish. Ho, ho, ho! Two-color bourbon burst. There's a lot of doggone squish in that freaking neck pickup. I'm going to tell you that right on now. What do I mean by the squish? I mean when I lay into it, it just kind of goes poof. Those are all technical terms spoken about in the scrolls. A lot of people don't understand the power of the scrolls and, of course, the emerald tablets, which were translations of the scrolls, but on papyrus. None of these things are true. However, it's fun to say, and diggity dog it. I just got this one out of the box, but I got to say it's behaving pretty doggone well. Can you dig it? I went a little out of tune there on me, but it's right out of the doggone box, and I'm treating it like a farm animal. Not abusive, but we're putting her to work. Okay? We got the back 40 to plow of my musical mind. Come on now. Come on, Bessie. Woo! I don't know what any of that was. Felt pretty good, though. Cheers to you. This is not moonshine. It's water. Just FYI. Hoist your mason jars on high and say, Prost. Well, all right. It is a pretty guitar, isn't it, Timothy Steiger? Timothy Steiger said that's a pretty guitar, and you're right on the money. I haven't even ventured off that sweet, sweet neck pickup yet. You know why? Because it sounds so damn good. It just sounds so delicious, delicious. Oh. Let's go to 4 position on that one. can you dig that kind of activity? Number 4 position. Can you dig that kind of activity? Number 4 position. A t-shirt that says, number 4 position. Sounds so damn delish. 4 position on the toggle switch, that is, on this 75th anniversary commemorative Stratocaster. From our friends at Fender Musical Instruments, Wildwood Guitars sent me this very instrument. It's going back there, could be sent to your house. If indeed the coordinates are correct and the fiduciary responsibilities are taken care of. Next thing you know, you'll be strutting around your house with this doggone guitar like a banty rooster. Going, playing jams, letting the good times roll, beholding the gold hardware, feeling opulent, looking down at the pearloid tuning pegs and saying, "Egads, I'm a monster. I'm a monster of opulence and musical savagery. Now behold!" And then you'll tear into another jam, and your cat will run away in fear. Let that be a lesson to it. Wow, I've just painted quite a rosy picture of what might happen should this guitar be yours. No creature in your house will be safe from your bantying and roostering. How many piece ash body? That's a good question. But let's take a look. It looks to me, that looks like a one-piecer. Am I right or am I right? Or are they just so damn crafty? Let's see what it says on the inner googs. Let's see what it says on the inner Google. It just says ash body. Ash is an extremely resonant tone wood and has a bright, sweet sound. I will agree with you, Mr. Marketeer. It also has, it is also favored in well-defined green as showcased in this beautiful 2-color bourbon burst finish of this limited instrument. Instrument? That's not how you say it. It definitely looks, I mean, check it out as you look closely on side cam. It looks, they've done a good job of making it almost indecipherable. Man, that's a good looking guitar, isn't it? It's making me want it. I want you, Mr. Guitar. I want you, Mr. Guitar. I don't know what that was. That felt pretty good, though. It feels so good and it feels so right. Are they V-Mod pickups? No, they are Fat 60s pickups on this bad boy. Fat 60s. Let's hear that middle doggone position. See what we got. Tell you what, I'd take this guitar right now and run to the hills where no one could find me. You would look, but you wouldn't find me in my mountain hut. My mountain hut. There's no mountains around here, though. I'd have to be out in Colorado for that. And I have been sequestered here in Wisconsin. But one of these days I'll get back out to Louisville, Colorado, Wildwood Guitars, Louisville, Colorado. There is a link to this very guitar. Now, someone got a little, not cross, but just kind of gave a little shout out saying, hey, don't treat us YouTube folks like we're, lesser than. I'm totally not. Everyone's equal opportunity enjoyers and purveyors of internet splendor, okay? But when I say below, above or below, I'm saying, hey, Facebook people will look above to see where the link is. On YouTube, they'll look below. You gotta look below on the YouTube to find the link to Wildwood Guitars. Can you dig it? That Bourbon Burst is gorgeous. Let's look at it again. I just like to look at it because it's so doggone attractive. Look at that. That is a pretty guitar, and the guitar is not horribly expensive. Got to be careful because, again, some people are like, dude, $2,000's a lot of money, which I know it is. Believe you me, I feel that. However, in comparison to a lot of custom shop stuff and boutique-ish stuff, you understand where I'm going. Sometimes those guitars are exponentially more, orders of magnitude more. So I'm just saying, in comparo to a lot of other guitars out there, with all these splendid appointments, this is quite equitably positioned in the price range. Can you dig it? Will you dig it? It is a nice color, Steve, is it not? I dig it. I dig it all. What amp am I running through? Asks Ralph Price. Ralph, this is my Koch signature amplifier, which you can see better right there. It is called the Greg. I believe they have some in stock at Wildwood, but they're in the black Tolex. This is the I wanted kind of a sonic blue Tolex, and that's what they originally were released with. Don't pay any attention to this. This is just a camera that's looking down at my pedal. But on the microphone itself, I've got an M Audio condenser mic and an SM57. And other than that, I'm just running the foot switch to the amp. So I got the clean sound, one level overdrive boost to that channel. I can add the OTS on top of that. Or I can put this in. Harmonic vibrato on the amp. They also must have this pretty, there must be some goings on inside to kind of get rid of the buzz a little bit more, because this is definitely not as buzzy as some of my other single coil guitars in this room. So there must be additional, I don't know what they did, maybe sprayed some of that juice, that anti-buzz juice. That's some technical talk right there, ladies and gentlemen. Where can I get some of that anti-bug juice to put in my cavity of my guitar to make it not be so noisy? Well, friend, you go to Orkin, and they'll set you right up. Mark Johnson over in the UK, greetings to you. Lord have mercy. I'm enjoying this guitar message. You know what we haven't heard from? Number 2 position. Let's see what kind of quack attack we got here. It a little bit out of tune, Scoop. It was the B string. It was our friend, the B string couldn't take the attack. I always have to tell folk, and I say it right from the get. These are right out of the box. They haven't been set up for me. It's not like Wildwood sets them up for me, and then I play them, and then they call you up after you buy it and say, how do you want the guitar set up? I get it right out of the damn box. I yank on the strings a few times, and away I go. So sometimes it just can't take it. You just can't take it, the original assault. You know what I'm saying? that number 2 position. Ho-ho! It was like a musical act of contrition. Whoa! What? It's not moonshine. It's sweet Wauwatosa water. Sweet Freedom Rock medley. It was, Joe, wasn't it? There are a lot of Freedom Rock allusions in there. I'd love to come to Sacramento and play a show. You know, one of these days, and it won't be long, we'll be getting out doing some stuff again. I sure do love me some California, especially Northern Cali. Get up in that neck of the woods. Going over to... It's not vodka, it's water. Yes. Again, folks, someone asked a question out there. I missed it. No, doggone it. I missed it. Oh, where do I get my beanies? I get my beanies, I sell them through my website, as a matter of fact. All the various different colors that I wear are available on my website, gregkoch.com. You can also get all manner of things there, various instructional materials. Soon I will have the link to my new TrueFire course that's going to be out on October 27th. A very comprehensive look inside the world of gristle. Oh! Someone asked for Spanish wine, which is so funny because I played Spanish wine earlier, which is so crazy. The stallion I'm riding today, good sir, is the 75th anniversary commemorative Fender USA Stratocaster, ash body, fat 50s pickups, fat 60s pickups, excuse me, gold hardware, perloid locking tuners. Look at this doggone guitar. It's appointed to the night. This is so good looking. This is called a two-tone bourbon burst on this rascal. Ash body, look at it, behold it. And this particular guitar is for sale at Wildwood Guitars, who is, of course, bringing you to you 2 days a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 3 p.m. Central Time. And there is a link if you are watching on YouTube below, and there's a link above if you're watching it on Facebook. And it'll whisk you away to the Wildwood website. Whisk you away to the Wildwood website. I like it all. That's a meaty sounding 2 position, if I may be so bold as to say it. I'll do one of these. It's a pretty guitar. It sounds glorious. It plays glorious. Randy said, I was standing on Beale Street with a dried burger in my hand. Yes, that's sad. When you're on doggone Beale Street with the dried burger in your hand. Hi, Greg. What about the Fender Ventera Worldward series? Is the American original much better? You know what? I haven't compared them side to side, and it's been a while since I've been out at Wildwood to kind of go back and forth, so I can't really speak to it, unfortunately. I can't really speak to that. Hello from Brazil. Greetings to you. Well, all right. Oh. What kind of neck profile in this? This is a C-shaped neck. Let's see what they officially call it. Deep C. They call it a deep C neck profile with rolled fingerboard edges, delivering both comfort and speed. The deep C neck profile is slim at the nut. Wait a minute. And fills out gradually as it approaches the neck joint to create a natural feel that's perfect for chording and single note playing alike. Hand-rolled fingerboard edges and supernatural satin finish provided a superbly comfortable feel. Wow. That's some bold talk. The rounded neck heel and beveled neck plate improves access to the upper register for easy and comfortable soloing. They're talking about this situation back here. This is beveled here. Usually it's squared off so that when you're up here, it's poking into your hand as you're going. The problem is that now it doesn't hurt when you're up there, so you can't go look like you're straining at stool. That's quite comfortable. Like, whoa. Maybe it's going to change guitar facing forever by having the beveled neck heel. There'll be no more looks of agony, but of pleasurable musical discourse. You got to hope. You got to dream. Am I right or am I right? Those frets are shiny. You know, this guitar is shiny from stem to stern. It's just a doggone shiny and delish. Bourbon burst, 2-color bourbon burst. You know, there's a bunch of these at the Wildwood right now, as a matter of fact. And doggone it, don't think for a moment that I ain't been thinking. Listen how throaty and robust that neck pickup is. Doggone it. Easy there for a second. This neck pickup sounds damn good. Fat 60s pickups, not fat 50s, fat 60s. And I got to tell you, I like the way they sound. Commemorative 75th anniversary. Clarence Leonidas Fendi. They called him Leo. They called him Leo Fendi, Fullerton, California. Fullerton, California. Should give it to Freddie Green to see if it's deep sea. Ooh, bold talk, my friend. Bold. Mark says, be interested to hear your views on Rosewood versus Maple Neck. I have always, I don't dislike Rosewood. I have Rosewood necks. I just find that maple necks and ash bodies together, or in my case of my signature model, the maple neck with the Carina body is a little brighter, a little faster attack. I do like Rosewood, although I definitely feel, especially in a band format, when I'm playing live, I switch to a guitar with a similar guitar that I'm playing. So if I switch from a T-style guitar to one with the Rosewood board, I definitely hear a difference. A little darker. I'm not quite hearing the fast attack. Like, yeah, there it is. Yeah. It's more like a, So I guess that's the difference is, yeah. So depending on how you like to roll. Boy, that's some technical terminology right there, ladies and gentlemen. Imagine the forums if online if they said, well, tone woods, I like, yeah, versus, It would be a more benevolent conversation, I think. It wouldn't get quite so heated. But it has to be done with videos because you can't really type what I just did. You know what I mean? You got to send videos back and forth. That in itself would be hysterical, I think. Can you dig it? Elbar Jones, obese hippie pickups. Wow, for the fat 60s. I see what you did there. Or you could call them the kaboomers. Kaboomers. What? Please come to the, one of these days we'll get back down to Texas and we'll get over there for sure. You know what they say, where there's fat, there's flavor. That's exactly correct. That's why I like the gristle. Thank you very much, Inner Tranquility. I appreciate that positive reinforcement. Thank you kindly. Someone wants some Albert King. We can always do some Albert King. Especially on any number of the different, but sometimes the Albert King stuff sounds good on the middle pickup of a Strat. Guitar sounds glorious. That's all I'm going to say, folks. It's a good sounding guitar, and it's beautiful to behold. Sometimes you always have to say to yourself, which I do often, do I need another guitar? The answer is usually yes. Yes, I do. I need more. You know why? I can write them off, okay? They hold some semblance of value, and I get to enjoy them. And life is short. You put all those together in a little bag of reason and justification, you got yourself a dainty little pouch. The pouch of rationalization, ladies and gentlemen. Who's got that pouch out there? Yes, Albert did play a Flying V upside down and backwards. But on that front of that record, I wanna get funky, I wanna get down. What a great record that is, Albert King. He's playing a Strat on that and smoking a glass pipe. I wanna get funky, I wanna get down. That's the story of my life. I want to get funky, I want to get down. How hard is it? Okay? That's what I told my parents long ago. Son, what do you want to do with your life? Well, Exhibit A, I want to get funky. Exhibit B, I want to get down. Oh, they were so pleased. They thought, oh, but the hopes and dreams of my child revolve around getting funky and getting down. Hooray. Worked out. Okay? Worked out for Drade. The dainty little pouch of rationalization is hanging low, my friend. How old was I when I started playing? I was 12 years old. I was 12 years old. I always wanted to play, though, to be fair. I always wanted to play guitar. Remember in third grade, I wanted to play guitar. There was no guitar to be had. There was only the cello. And I started playing the cello. And I remember trying to figure out Easy Rider by Jimi Hendrix on the cello. Did not work out well. Okay? It was an ill-fated effort. Then I played the bell kit, the bell and the snare drum, pretty much because I just wanted to hit something, okay? Just wanted to pound on something with abandon and vehemence. And that worked out. And then finally, 12 years old, I got a guitar from that I borrowed from a gal up the street. He was a friend of my sister's, and I started playing on that, learned some chords. It was an L. Degas acoustic guitar. And then certainly after that, I saved up money for my paper route, my Milwaukee Sentinel. Sentinel is no more. It's part of the Journal Sentinel. The Sentinel was the morning paper, and the Journal was the evening paper. And after a while, they converged. And I saved up my dough when I bought an Applause acoustic, which was kind of the budget version of a Ovation. It had the fiberglass back or whatever that material was. I still have that guitar, as a matter of fact. But never be afraid of James Brown. It's always the right time for James Brown. Papa's got a brand new bed. All that stuff is good. How about the... What key was that one in? Right there, ladies and gentlemen. That's where Prince got those chords. Bow, bow, bow. Greg, do you like a reverse wah middle pickup for noise canceling on positions 2 and 4? Yeah, I certainly do. In lieu of putting on, I got my Fishman Fluence pickups on most of my Strats, which I really love. They sound magnificent. But in lieu of that, the next best thing is having a reverse wah middle pickup, because then you have at least 2 escape pods. You know what I'm saying? Any thoughts on Alan Holdsworth? I loved Alan Holdsworth. I never dreamed of approaching playing the way he did. Other than some chordal stuff, I whipped off a few chords of Alan's over the years, but I definitely loved his melodic sense, and of course his chops were crazy and cool. But I enjoyed his way of putting songs together. They were delightful. John Harris says, just wanted to say I spent about 2 hours this morning transcribing your stuff from when you visited the pedal show. Amazing stuff, sir. Well, thank you very much, John Harris. I appreciate that. That was a fun visit with those fellas. I'd known Mick for a while. I remember at one time, Mick was working for Guitarist magazine back in the day. And we did a Fender event at Abbey Road where we set up our stuff, and I just had to go up and do a couple different little things where I played a little bit and jammed and talked. But it was kind of for artists to hang out, and some artists showed up. Peter Green was actually there the whole time, but I was too weirded out to talk to him because I'd opened up from once before, and he was not approachable. And I think I scared him with just my being, so I gave Peter Green a long leash, which now in retrospect, I kind of wish I would have hung out with him and his family a little bit because they were there. I think his brother was there and somebody else. But anyhow, what was my point? There was a point to this question. Someone asked me about, oh yeah, sorry. So Mick was there at that thing. And Mick and I hung out a bit there. But I didn't really hang out with both of them, both Dan and Mick, until we were in Denmark together at the Copenhagen Guitar Show. We had a grand old time hanging out and causing trouble. So those are good fellas, absolutely. Yeah, in Abbey Road, we were in the studio where all the stuff was done. So you're like looking around going, yeah, that all happened here. You kind of not want to think about it. And then I went out to dinner with, me and Mike Eldred from Fender went out with Alan Rogan, who was Pete Townsend's tech. He was Clapton's tech for a long time and Stones. And we went to a delicious Indian restaurant, and as we were feasting, he regaled us with story after story. Alan liked to share the stories, and I was here for it all. You know what I'm saying? My favorite story of all that Alan Rogan told that I can still remember was that he referred to Keith Richards as top sausage. Of all the guys he worked for, like Keith Richards was top sausage. Just the nicest. Apparently, it was just good times. And he said, you never wanted your hotel room too close to Keith Richards' lair because there was always something going on. Something was afoot. So if you wanted to get rest, you best not be anywhere near Keith's room. So one particular morning, Alan Rogan woke up. He opened up the door to his hotel, and he looked down, and his entire hallway of the hotel was filled with room service carts, like an inordinate amount, like lined up. What the hell is this? So he sees Keith a little while later. He's like, what's the deal with all the room service carts? And Keith's like, well, I got back to my room, and I was a little hungry, so I called down to room service, and the guy was kind of rude, and he said, hurry up, pal, the kitchen's about to close. So Keith said, well, in that case, I'll have the whole menu. You know, it's good to be king, or it's good to be top sausage, if you will, because then you can do stuff like that. Hey, Scott Larson, what's going on, Daddy-O? It is a Stratocaster with a whammy bar. Again, to reiterate, this is the 75th anniversary commemorative Stratocaster, two-tone bourbon burst, golden hardware, perloid locking tuners, and the fat 60s pickups. Doggone it. And yeah, it's a good sounding guitar. I've been playing it all this whole sessione. And there is a link below if you're watching on YouTube. There's a link above if you're watching on Facebook. Facebook was down yesterday, but that didn't stop us, folks. We went live on the old YouTube and gave her what for, me and Dylan. And good times and great oldies. Yeah, Holdsworth chords I like to play if I'm doing like a... Those are some Holdsworthy chords I've stolen over the years. I'll add those into like... chord voices like that. Haven't seen you play acoustic guitar. You know what? It's been a while since I've played acoustic on the Fishman feeds. I need to start doing that again. But we were so excited about the new P90s that I usually give the Fluence pickups the love during the Fishman feeds. I haven't done any acoustic on the Wildwood sessions because this is really not the room for it. I mean, it would be if I had the right mics, but I don't have the right mics, and the acoustics are a little harder to ship, a little more sensitive, so I haven't been doing those. But you never know; that might change. Can you dig it? Am I coming to Minneapolis soon? Well, we sure hope so. We certainly hope to start doing that again. Nigel in Manchester, greetings to you, my friend. Hopefully we'll get back there sooner than later. And all that kind of stuff. Any last questions, folks, out there? I've been playing this guitar the whole diggity doggone. Any updates on the Kitty Wars? You know what? It's still been very, very... well, you know, my wife bought a children's gate, you know, like one of those gates where you have so the kids can't get through, or a pet gate for the door gate. And we thought that would be one way to start integrating them again, but now that's not even working. We have the problem that the male cat doesn't remember the female cat and thinks she's a predator or a stranger in the house. So every time he sees her, his tail puffs up and he wants to kill her. If they get even near each other, he'll just attack and pounce. And so he doesn't remember who she is. On the other hand, she remembers all too well who this angry little prick is. So she ain't having it. So the other day, we left the door open where we still got this, he can't get through the gate. So the gate's there, but it happened to be near where she needs to go down the stairs to go to her litter box. And she was so scared just knowing that he might be on the other side that she decided to pee in a paper bag. That's why I made a little song yesterday about that. If anyone saw that on Instagram, I wrote a little selection about a urinating cat in a paper bag. Anyway, Luna girl, poor kitty. Anyway, so there you go. Can you dig it? Have I ever seen Sasquatch proper? No, other than myself in the mirror? No. No, I have not. I'd love to get out to Seattle again one of these days. We shall see. Any thoughts on Jim Campolongo? I've known Jim for a while. I first heard his stuff, and I thought he was a kindred spirit right from the get-go, because I thought, wow, this guy's drinking from the same cup I am, or maybe we're just, I don't know, whatever. So, yes, I like Jim Campolongo, and I did talk with him for my podcast. Don't forget, we do have the podcast, Chewing the Gristle. Next week, season 3 begins. We got Ariel Posen already all done, and that's the first one back. So check that out next Thursday. That lands, and good times will be at hand, ladies and gentlemen, boys and doggone girls. Is rock and roll dead? Asks Fuzzfinger. I don't think so. You cannot kill rock and roll. You just can't do it. You can try, but I don't recommend it. Amps when? Derek, you know, damn it, I wish I could tell you. They're still waiting on the Transformers. Just the other day, like 2 weeks ago, I commented to my buddy from Koch Amplifiers. I'm like, dude, the people are getting very inquisitive as to when these amps will be made. And he said, we're still waiting on these Transformers. So there you have it. So when Koch lets me know when those amps are done, I will definitely let you know. Can you dig it? All right, folks. Well, listen, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. It's been a fun sesh today, and hope you've enjoyed this screaming guitar. And it will remain online, so if you're disappointed that you're not hearing me play towards the end of the stream, as soon as it's done, you can go back and listen to it to your heart's content and hear this thing being put through its paces. And again, don't forget, there is a link to this very guitar in the information from this stream. There you go. Thanks, folks. We appreciate it. Thanks, Wildwood people.